On a stage at the Africa Oil Week Summit, President John Mahama made a bold declaration. The Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, together with its exploration arm Explorco, will drill 2 new exploration wells before the end of the third quarter of 2026. The cost? $1.5 billion. The goal? Energy independence, investment, jobs, cheaper electricity. But this is not just a story of 2 oil wells. It's the opening move in a larger high-stakes game to transform Ghana into a regional energy powerhouse. Add in the ongoing expansion of existing offshore fields like offshore Cape 3 Points and Eban-Akoma, plus a massive new downstream project, the $12 billion petroleum hub in Jomoro, and suddenly, you're staring at one of the largest infrastructure undertakings in modern African history. This is Ghana's $12 billion plan to become a West African energy superpower. The announcement that changes everything. September 2025. President Mahama announces that GNPC and Explorco are finalizing preparations to drill 2 new exploration wells, targeted for completion by the end of the third quarter of 2026. These wells are expected to be located in both offshore and potentially onshore basins, especially the underexplored Voltaian Basin, a promising geological frontier. Estimated cost for the project, $1.5 billion, shared between GNPC, Shell, and other strategic partners. The goal is to unlock more domestic gas and oil reserves, which would reduce reliance on expensive imported fuels like diesel and LNG, stabilize power generation, and boost industrial productivity. This announcement didn't come out of nowhere. It's part of a broader blueprint stretching across infrastructure, gas processing, pipelines, refineries, and exports. Linking the pieces. The $12 billion landscape. Let's do the math. $1.5 billion, new 2026 exploratory wells, President Mahama's plan. $1.5 billion, recent ENI, VTOL, and GNPC expansion into the offshore Cape 3 Points and Eban-Akoma fields. $9 billion plus, ongoing development of the Petroleum Hub Development Corporation project, a multi-phase national infrastructure scheme centered in Jomoro, aiming to position Ghana as a refining, storage, and export hub by 2036. 300,000 barrel per day refinery, petrochemical plants, LNG storage terminals, oil jetties and ports. Total price tag? Over $12 billion in combined upstream and downstream investment commitments, some already underway, others approved or in progress. This is how the $1.5 billion drilling announcement fits into a credible, coordinated $12 billion master plan. Why this matters: Ghana's energy struggle. Ghana has oil and gas, but imports much of its fuel and liquefied natural gas, LNG, putting pressure on foreign exchange reserves, the Ghanaian cedi, fuel prices at the pump, and electricity generation, which relies heavily on thermal plants backed by imported fuel. Today, there are over 200 oil marketing companies in Ghana, many of which have to adjust prices every month based on the exchange rate and import costs. In 2025, prices at the pump surged again, despite falling global oil prices because of the weakening CDI. That's what makes domestic exploration and production so vital. Every additional barrel of oil or cubic foot of gas Ghana produces locally reduces the country's dependence on volatile global markets. The science geology of Ghana's future. Ghana's offshore Tano Basin and Cape 3 Points region hold proven reserves. Academic studies reveal marine shales rich in organic carbon, structural traps ideal for hydrocarbon accumulation. The Eban-1X discovery shows commercial hydrocarbon presence in the Cenomanian-Turonian formations. Onshore, the Voltaian Basin is less explored but offers enormous untapped potential. Studies indicate source rock maturity at drillable depths, organic material with oil and gas potential, sedimentary structures similar to successful basins across West Africa. But exploration is risky. It can cost hundreds of millions and result in dry wells. Ghana's approach is cautious yet hopeful. Build infrastructure now, drill intelligently, and scale successes. The economics costs, returns, and GDP. So what's in it for Ghana? According to the World Bank and African Development Bank, Ghana's economy could add 2 to 3 percentage points to annual GDP from sustained oil and gas expansion. Energy import reductions could save hundreds of millions annually in foreign exchange. Domestic gas use could cut electricity generation costs by up to 35%, according to recent energy policy reviews. Increased revenue from royalties, profit oil, and taxes, estimated to reach $1 billion plus annually by 2030 if production scales as planned. And then there's jobs. Construction phase. 10,000 plus jobs across drilling, infrastructure, transport, logistics, and services. Long-term operations. Engineers, geologists, technicians, managers, refinery workers. Strong local content policies aim to ensure that a majority of these jobs go to Ghanaians and diasporans. Risks and trade-offs. But let's not sugarcoat it. This plan carries real risks. Debt pressure. Ghana's external debt service exceeds $8.7 billion in the next 4 years. Mismanaged energy investments could deepen fiscal risks. Environmental impact. Offshore and onshore drilling affects ecosystems, fisheries, farmland, and water sources. Academic studies warn of spill risk, waste discharge, and erosion. Global energy transition. As the world moves to renewables, will Ghana's oil-based infrastructure become a stranded asset? The government's response? A balanced energy transition. Pursue fossil energy responsibly while investing in renewables, energy efficiency, and climate adaptation. Hope for Ghana and the diaspora. Despite the risks, this project is a signal to Ghanaians and the world that Africa can lead in energy development, that Ghana can produce, process, and export, not just extract and import, that diasporans can return home not just to visit, but to build. For a young graduate, this could mean a job on a drilling rig. For an entrepreneur, a chance to supply materials to a refinery. For a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a reason to invest, not just emotionally, but economically. This isn't just oil, it's power, economic power, political power, transformational power. The $12 billion plan to make Ghana a West African energy superpower isn't just a headline. It's a real unfolding story, driven by geology, politics, ambition, and hope. 2 new wells by 2026. Billions in infrastructure, thousands of jobs, cheaper, cleaner, more reliable energy, and a seat at the table of global energy power. Ghana is rising. The only question is, who will rise with it? Ghana is drilling for more than oil. It's drilling for its future. If this story moved you, don't just watch, be part of it. Hit that subscribe button, share this video with your network, and let the world know Africa is rising and Ghana is leading the charge.